my name is Tara Forth, and I'm the owner and artist of Frameworthy Designs based in Norman, Oklahoma. So I started doing greeting cards actually when I was in high school. So I would hand paint all of them, draw them, hand paint them like on the actual folded card. And I remember this time I had made, actually my first cards were those trees and the birds, they chirp and hello love, and they've got the little birds and the trees on there. Those were my first cards, and I made them and I painted them and had them packaged up, and I sold them to one of my mom's coworkers. And I sold them in a little set, and a couple days go by and she called me back and she said, I can't buy these from you. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, they're your originals, I can't buy them from you. So she gave them back to me and said, you need to produce these. So I started thinking like, well, maybe I should make this sort of more of a business, more of a production line sort of thing. But the idea, I guess, behind greeting cards, I guess why I love them so much, is because my family, my mom and my aunts always would send me greeting cards on birthdays, holidays. I mean, you should have seen the care packages my mom used to put together for me when I went to like summer camp or anything like that. Like my family was always really great about sending greeting cards, so I was just used to it, and I thought that it's just a nice thing to make, and a nice thing to sort of participate in. I remember drawing from when I was really little all the time. I remember I would sit like in the living room and draw the other room across from me or whatever I was seeing. I felt like my family was actually pretty artistic. And then in high school, I gravitated to art classes a lot. My favorite class in high school by far was a studio painting class. I remember my classmates, we would spend all afternoon there. So we'd have class before lunch, and then we just work through lunch and have stay after school if we wanted to, and it was just a studio class where you could work on just building up portfolio pieces and explore any kind of medium you wanted to. It was really great. But by the time I was entering college, I kind of had to pick between my love of art and love of music, because I also love singing. So I picked singing, and I went to OU for vocal performance for a semester until I found out this is not what I want to do. So when I entered advertising, I wanted to be on the creative side. I didn't know anything about the graphic design program at OU, so I kind of missed the boat on that, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think I compensated by teaching myself the skills that I needed to learn. So I taught myself Illustrator and Photoshop and the Creative Suite. I would say that my greeting cards typically start as an idea in my head or as a quote from somebody. A lot of times, especially lately, I've been hearing things like, for instance, my yoga teacher said, be kind to yourself. So I've started making a print that has that phrase on it. Or my Just Keep Living card, my best friend in Dallas, Hannah, said that, in college. So I take these words that I hear and that resonate with me, and I sketch them and I meditate on them really while I'm painting and working on them. So that's how the idea comes. I kind of soak it in from the world, or just, let my imagination go crazy and draw little birds and flowers and whatever. Custom work is something I've recently been doing a lot of. That can include things like wedding stationery or just custom prints for your home. Right now I'm working on the phrase from Proverbs 31 for a baby's nursery. So people have just found me through little craft shows that I go to or online. Instagram has been great for me. So people will find me and ask me, hey, can you paint this quote for me? And I say, sure, usually. So I can paint pretty much anything you want. I don't just do quotes, but a lot of quotes lately. So When I get a custom order, I typically just email some pricing to them, and we talk about what quote they want, how they want it laid out, whether that's a specific type of flower or like if there's some imagery that they want incorporated into the painting. I try to be aware of that, and color palettes and all that kind of stuff. So then I usually just send them a quick sketch and a color palette to make sure we're on the same page, and then I just go for it and hope that they love it by the end. I find that most people that reach out to me like my style, so they sort of put their trust in me that I'm gonna do something that's beautiful. Especially lately, just because my process has developed, I will sketch it onto a normal piece of paper and then take it onto a light board and trace it onto like the watercolor paper that I use. So I'll trace it and very lightly with pencil, and then I will take the watercolor and just paint away. I'm getting better at my color combinations, but I don't ultimately worry about whether the colors are exactly right at the very beginning, because I know I'm going to edit that a little bit digitally later. So I will paint it, and then I'll scan it into the computer at a high resolution and do some photoshopping, centering things, aligning things where I made mistakes, or erasing little smudges, things like that. I try not to do a ton of editing, whether, like I want to change the shape of things or the design too much digitally, but I do adjust the colors and make different color variations if I really love a design in 3 different color palettes. I just want them all, so I do that. And then I send it to print, so I just format it in whatever I'm making. So if I'm making a greeting card, I'll format it for that, or if I'm making a print, I can do that. Or, sky's the limit on products that I can make these days. Cell phone covers, all kinds of things. So I would say the mission of Frameworthy Designs is to create products that are positive, uplifting, and real. I really like products in cards, art prints that encompasses everything, that just make people feel better, feel more themselves, and also help them become